Okay, boys and girls, today we are going to do step 4 of our data analysis, which means what does it all mean? So for me, what is the class favorite? And so what I'm going to do is I am going to go and I'm going to find my document again, and this time I'm going to use my user folder to find it. And I'm going to find my last name, and then there it is, data collection, and I'm going to go ahead and open it. I'm going to maximize it. So I'm going to insert a graph, and so what I have to do first is I have to say, hey, I want to use this data. So I'm going to go to A1, and we know that's A1 because it's in column A in row 1, and I'm going to click on it. With my finger still on that left click, I'm going to pull it down so it highlights the whole entire table, so all the way to B5. And I know that this one's called B5 because it's in column B, it's in row 5. So now that it's selected, I'm going to go to Insert, and you're going to find Charts. So I went to Insert up here, and then you're going to see a little section called Charts. And what I want you to do is I want you to select this first little chart. And we're going to be inserting a column chart. And as you kind of hover over, you're going to see some options. I'm going to select just a very simple one, but I actually really like these other ones too, but to be honest, this one's pretty easy to read. Okay, and so there's my chart. And already looking at it, which one's my tallest one? Well, it's cheese. So that tells me that the majority of the results say cheese right now. All right, so now I'm going to add some titles so that whenever someone looks at this, they can kind of say, hey, what did she ask the class? So you're going to see this paintbrush, and I want you, again, to click on that, and you can select different ones from here if you wanted to. Do me a favor, though, and do not select this one. And the reason why is because you're going to print your results, and we don't want to use all of the ink in the printer. So it's up to you which one you like. I really like the ones that have my numbers on the left with lines so that I can read it pretty easily. Okay, now where it has this little funnel, you're not going to change anything there, but where it has that addition sign up at the top, I want you to make sure that the first one, axis, is checked. Axis titles needs to be checked. Chart title, data labels, or data labels, and grid lines. I like those grid lines because that helps me see straight across. It keeps everything in line. Okay, so now that that's done, I can re-click that plus sign and it will go away. Now I'm going to double click my title and I'm going to backspace. And I'm going to title this. And what was my question? Well, I'm going to retype my question. What kind of pizza is the class favorite? Or, yeah. Actually, what is your favorite type of pizza? Okay, on the left, these are the numbers. Okay, this is called your y-axis, and this is the number of students that selected it. And on my x-axis, what are these? They're types of what? Types of pizza. Okay. So now someone can look at this and be like, okay, so she asked, what's your favorite type of pizza? Not very many people like supreme. Lots of people like cheese, and then pepperoni and hamburgers kind of in the middle. Okay. So I am done with that. Now I can click over here in this little L so that if I want to move my table, I can hover over so it has that the 4 pointed arrows, and I can move it over. Now I can print, and I can kind of write, hey, the favorite pizza was cheese, the least favorite was supreme. And I know that by looking at this. And I'm going to make sure I save, so I press that icon. And then when I print it, it's going to look like this, so that then I can kind of write out my results. Now, if you want to take it a step further, we can make it possible for you to type your results. So if you want to go to Insert Text Box, and then you're going to actually just click Insert a Text Box. There it is. And then we can start to type. So the most popular type of pizza is cheese, and the least popular is supreme. Okay, so that's my information. Now I'm going to move this so that it's on this page, because when I went to that print screen, it said this is the page that's going to print. So I'm going to move it over. Now I'm going to add another text box down at the bottom so I can have my name on there, so when it prints, my teacher knows who it belongs to. So again, I'm going to go to Insert, oops, and then I'm going to go to Text Box, and then I'm going to put my name down here. Okay, so that's pretty simple. So let's say that you're looking at your table and you actually want to change your font to make it look a little bit different and cooler. So I'm going to select, I'm going to press down on B1, and I'm going to go all the way. And I'm going to go to Home, Font, and I'm going to pick a new font. Ooh, I like this one. It's nice and big. Now, I still can't see what this says because now it's bigger. I'm going to go between A and B, and instead of dragging it, I'm just going to double click. And it's going to automatically make it big enough so it fits. Okay. Now looking at this, I can't really read that. That's not very good. So I'm going to highlight B1 to B2, and you see these A's? Well, I want to select the bigger A, so that way it's not so blurry and it kind of all fits on there and it looks a little bit better. Now I want these numbers to be centered, so I'm going to hold down B2 to B5, and I'm going to press that middle. Then I can pull this over if I want. I can make this smaller. I can resize. I need to move my text box over. I'm going to press Save, and then when I print, it looks pretty cool and nice and neat. So this way I can share with other people what I collected and what the class favorite is. I hope that y'all have enjoyed this and you learned something about your class. Remember to always save your work. All right, thank you.